we've all been in that situation, right? You walk into this, like, beautiful conference room, everything looks amazing, and then the audio is just a complete disaster.
Oh, yeah. That high-pitched squeal, voices cutting in and out, it just tanks the whole meeting.
Exactly. And, today we're doing a deep dive on a piece of gear that's designed to just kill all those problems. It's the PureLink DIO-0808DSP.
It's a really interesting box. I mean, on the surface, it looks like a standard rack unit, but it's really playing two roles at once. It's a translator, and it's also like an incredibly smart janitor for your sound.
A janitor. I like that. Let's start with the translator part first, because that analogy really works.
Sure.
You're looking at 8 analog inputs and 8 outputs. They can be balanced, unbalanced, stereo. It's basically the bridge letting your old school analog gear get onto a modern Dante network.
And that's pretty standard for gear in this class.
Yeah.
But the real flexibility comes from the 8x8 matrix switching.
Right.
So you can send any input to any output, any analog source to any Dante channel.
Yeah.
It's total traffic control for your audio.
But just routing bad audio over a network still gives you bad audio, just, somewhere else. The real deep dive here is the DSP, the janitor part of your analogy.
Yes. This is where the magic happens. It's not just passing the signal along, it's actively cleaning it. You mentioned that horrible feedback screech earlier.
For worse.
This thing has what they call intelligent feedback control. It's actively hunting for those specific frequencies that cause a loop and just squashes them before you even hear it start.
Which for any kind of live presentation is, it's a lifesaver. I also saw the automatic gain control, the AGC. This isn't just a simple compressor, is it?
No, not at all. It's dynamic. So think about a panel discussion. You've got one person who's practically whispering and another who's booming. The AGC rides those levels automatically.
So the audience isn't constantly reaching for the volume control.
Exactly. It just smooths everything out. It makes for a much better listening experience.
And then, of course, for conferencing, there's the automatic echo cancellation.
AEC, yeah, that's completely non-negotiable in a hybrid meeting. You just can't do it professionally without it.
It stops the audio from the room from feeding back to the person calling in remotely.
Right. And because it's being handled in the hardware, you're not taxing the CPU on the conference room PC with like Zoom or Teams trying to do it with software. It's way more reliable.
The one feature that really jumped out at me, though, was the auto mixing. This feels like a step beyond just setting levels. It feels, almost like an automated engineer.
It kind of is. It can manage multiple open microphones at once. So if someone isn't talking, it subtly lowers the gain on their mic to cut down on room noise, paper shuffling, all that stuff.
So it basically replaces the need for a person to be sitting there writing the faders in a typical corporate boardroom.
Pretty much. And you set it all up in their software interface, which, thankfully is pretty intuitive. You're not lost in sub-menus forever.
Okay, so when you add all that up, the Dante bridge, the DSP cleaning, the auto mixing, you start to understand the price. It's listed at $3,999.
Yeah, it's a serious price tag. Way too steep for a home studio or something. But for a commercial integrator, there's one little detail that makes that price make perfect sense.
Let me guess. TAA compliance.
That's the one. It's a massive differentiator.
For anyone who doesn't know, if you're trying to win a contract for a government project or, federal education, that gear has to be TAA compliant. You can't even bid the job otherwise.
Exactly. So this isn't just a piece of audio gear. It's a key that unlocks a whole market of potential contracts. Plus, PureLink gives it a 3-year warranty.
And we did dig up a little something for anyone listening. There's a discount code out there, 5% off. It helps knock a bit off that $4,000 sticker. Free shipping in the USA, too.
So it's a solid package. You plug in your mics, you plug in your network, and the box just handles the rest.
It really is a set it and forget it kind of solution.
Yeah.
But it does bring up a bigger question for the industry, doesn't it?
Great.
If we have hardware that can do intelligent feedback control and can auto-mix a panel of speakers this well, are we getting to a point where the room just engineers itself?
That's a really interesting thought. It sort of poses a challenge, If the box is doing all the technical work, are integrators still selling their audio engineering skills? Or are they selling, guaranteed uptime and reliability?
It's definitely something to think about.
I'm sure.
Well, that's all the time we have. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.